Hello everyone, let's start. I'm recording this on a Monday when it's a blackout in VJ when you're having a mock GP paper. Uh, so that's why you see me like that, but I think you can still see me, that's fine. So, we shall start. This is about time practice. Really, the purpose of this time practice is really for us to do some unseen, as you can see, unseen prelim questions under time conditions. Why? Why? Really to expose all of us to different types of questions. Secondly, to acquire different thinking skills. As I go through the solution later, I'll highlight some skills, some things that you can use for different type of questions. All right. And lastly, we do it under time condition. Then it will help us manage our time better. Okay. I can't give you a lot of. It's not a full paper, but with some marks dedicated there, as you can see, 13 marks here. It translates to about, actually if you multiply by 1.8 is about 23 minutes or so, but I decide to give it a little shorter to help us train. All right. So if you can see this link over here, later I'll give you the you can take a look at this link. You can take a picture, quick picture, snapshot or something. You can type this link. Teachers will be available for consults after you try the questions. All right. So without further ado, I will show you this one now. All right. What is going to happen later on is this. I will start the timer. Then you will scan the question, okay, and or you can type it in your browser as well. It's available, okay. Then at the end of 20 minutes, let's have some discipline, okay. You can fast forward the video, but or you can pause the video and then try to do for 1 hour, but no point. Okay, let's have some discipline. I'll start the 20-minute, and then you can leave the video on. I'll mute the audio. Then you will leave the YouTube video on, and then on 20 minutes, I'll wake you up. Okay, let's have discipline. All right. So, without further ado, we shall start. Let me mute this audio first. All right. Alright, time is up. Let me now go through the solutions. Alright, 20 minutes, that's all. Okay, let's take a look at question 1. Take a look at question 1. Now, first question, yeah? Verify, the first part asks you to verify that 1 over z naught is the other solution. You are given that this z naught is a solution. Now, first thing we need to do is to read what is given. Alright, read what is given, interpret this. Right, interpret this is a solution. Now what I would first thing do is, since it is a solution, alright, then clearly if I substitute z equals to z naught, I'll get a z naught square plus b z naught plus a equals to 0. Now we may or may not eventually move on, but at least we interpret it, we write something out. Okay, we write something out. Now, then the key word here, now exam smart here, verify. Now, I want us to learn this word verify. Okay, this is learn exam smart, yeah? Verify is not quite the same as prove. It is a simpler process where all you need to do is to check that it is correct. You check that it's correct. So we just need to verify this the other solution. How do you verify? All we need to do is to substitute this z equals to 1 over z naught and check. So that's why what I will do is substitute into the left hand side of the equation. That means I substitute in, eventually if I get 0, then I'm good. Alright? Yes? So this is what I will do. Verify into the left hand side of the equation. I will then say a 1 over z naught square plus b 1 over z naught plus a. Right? Then you don't write equals to 0. You carry on and you write this is equal to. Now eventually, final step, this one must be 0. But we're not going to write 0 yet. Yeah? We're going to do this. Alright? We're going to have a over z naught square plus b over z naught plus a. You factorize the 1 over z naught square. Correct? Then you get a z naught square plus b z naught plus a. Now since this is 0, then you say this is 0. You say, hence, this is the other solution. Now, the process is this, because you are substituting into the left-hand side. Alright, you are substituting this into the left-hand side of the equation, then you get 0. Therefore, this is the other solution. Now, the second part to the question, hence show that z mod z1 equals to 1. Now, this would suggest that we want to use the polar form or something. But there's not many things to play around with. Okay? All you are given is this is the other solution, and then hence. Now this, you need to make use of this to hence show this. What are the clues? Now you must learn that for complex numbers, the clues often lie here. This one is what you need to look out for. Correct? Where your coefficients are real, you've got to suspect something, you've got to make use of that. Now, if the coefficients are real, what do you learn? You learn that the roots occur in conjugate pairs. So the next part, since they are all real numbers, the coefficients are all real, alright, and z0 is a non-real number, then can I say that the solutions occur in conjugate pairs? Then therefore, your z0 conjugate actually is the same. This is the conjugate of the first root, and then this is the second root. Yep. Oh, this is, let's recall it. Z0 is the first root. This is the Z0. Z0 is the first root. So therefore Z0 conjugate is the second root. So Z0 conjugate is the second root. 1 over Z0 is the second root. So these two are the same. Then, therefore, you have Z, sorry. Then you have Z0 conjugate by Z0 equals to 1. Let's aim towards the answer. What do you want to prove? You want to prove that mod Z0 equals to 1. Yes? Recall. You got to recall some properties that Z conjugate equals to mod conjugate square. Okay, this one you got to recall. Yes? So therefore mod Z0 square equals to 1. Z0, you can immediately jump to this one, mod Z0 equals to 1. Yep. So you can do that. Oh, good. Now, let's look at the next part. Take imaginary part of Z0 equals to half for the rest of the question. Now, take imaginary part of Z0 equals to 2, equals to half. Find the possible values of Z0. Now, exam skill, exam skill. You will continue even if you cannot solve part 1. This is 2 marks, you don't give up. Alright, you will continue and you make use of whatever you have found in whatever there's asked for, make use of that. Okay, because part 1 is really all a show question. So, imaginary part is half, we can rewrite Z0 as this. Then you want to find the possible complex numbers for Z0. Now, you are further given earlier that actually, earlier, part 1, your Z0 equals to 1. Mod of Z0 equals to 1. So can we then safely say that mod x plus half I equals to 1? I think once you do that, like that, I think it is not difficult. You got square root x squared plus half square equals to 1. You get x squared plus 1/4 equals to 1. X squared equals to 3/4. X equals to plus minus root 3 over 2. Yep. Then we can safely now say that x equals plus minus. Then you say Z0 equals to root 3 over 2 plus half I, or Z0 equals to minus root 3 over 2 plus half I. This is the easy part, yeah? This is the easy part. This is a 2-mark question. Right, we can do this. Now, so therefore, I want to stress the exam skill, you continue even if you cannot do part 1. Yeah? Okay? Now, let's take a look at question 2. Tough, I wouldn't say it's easy, I would say it's tough. Okay? Let's look at the question. It's a game, alright, you have 2 options, alright? Show that option B is the better option. So eventually you know you got to deal with option A and option B. Okay? Now, I would like to say this. First thing I want to say, first comment. Don't give up just because it looks tedious or difficult. Okay? Break the problem down. What do I mean by break the problem down? You have two parts of a problem. One is option A, one is option B. Alright? So, let S and T be the amount of money won by playing one game when playing option A and option B respectively. Now, I break the problem down means this. I deal with option A first. Because option A looks easier. Okay? You may not be able to do option B, never mind. Let's do option A. The player throws a die, the score is the amount of money he wins. Alright? If eventually number 2 lands up there at the bottom, then he wins $2. So actually it's not difficult. Yeah, S is the amount of money. So can we easily fill this? This can be 1, 2, 3 or 4. Because you have four-sided die, alright, you can end up with 1, 2, 3 or 4. Alright? And actually it is a fair die. Can we safely say that this is 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter, 1 quarter? Yes, 1 quarter. Like that. So you'll be surprised, by GC you can easily get the expected value of S because you want to know what find expected amounts, right? You find expected amount. So it is not difficult, whether by GC or by hand. Actually by hand is also very easy. Okay, by GC or by hand, this one or by hand. You can easily calculate. Alright? You can get 2.5. Right? This times this times this times, right? 1 times 1 quarter, 2 times 1 quarter, 3 times 1 quarter, 4 times 1 quarter. I'm just going to quickly show you how you're going to use your GC to do this. Later on in part 2, you're also going to do that. What you can do, alright, you can, sorry. Okay, step, list, okay, you can enter 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, I meant 4. Then you got 0 0.25, 0 0.25, 0 0.25, 0 0.25. What you want to do is to calculate the mean. You can treat this as the frequency, right? Because frequency, all right, you can treat this frequency and then calculate the mean. The frequency is 0.25. Instead of probably treat as frequency, you can go to step, calculate, one variable step. This one, leave it as L2, just now was L2, L3, the frequency. You can calculate your X bar is 2.5. Now, alright, let's go back. Now, next thing I want to talk about, the lesson I want to talk about is this. Not just break the problem down, alright? You, as I said, you will do the easier part first, right? Easier portion first. Then lastly, I want to say, we got to distinguish between difficult versus tedious versus unfamiliar. Right? Don't be put off just because it looks unfamiliar, where it may not be difficult. Now, and then tedious things are also not difficult. Now, if you want to do an option B, now look carefully, think carefully. The first score is X. The second score is Y. Then you got so many options. X, Y smaller than X lah, Y greater than X lah, X, Y smaller than X lah. Then you have equal lah. Now actually when you throw the die twice, all you have is your X and Y can be divided into these 16 cases. Your X and Y can be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is what I call tedious. 16 cases, tedious, but is there a way of simplifying the tedious step? Actually, yes. But it's not difficult, right? Right? If it's equal, then he neither wins or lose. So actually, I can easily fill this up. The expected winning is 0, 0, 0, 0. Yes? Right? Now, when Y is larger than X, that means example here, that means if Y is 2 here, y is 2, y is 1. Correct? Then he will win double of 2xy. So 2xy, therefore this is 4. Alright? This is 6. This is 8. Oops, sorry. Alright, this is 8. Then this is 12. This is 16. And then this is 24. Like that. Then if it is lesser, alright, if y is lesser than x, then he loses x minus y. So here, I'm just going to use a different colored ink, x minus y, you get 1, then you get 2, you get 3, you get 1, you get 2, sorry, you get minus. Why? Because it is considered he lost. So far so good. So this is considered tedious, maybe a little bit unfamiliar, but it's not really very difficult. But now we want to calculate the probability. So probability is, we want to find out the expected value of the amount of money won. So you have to tabulate like that, all right? What are the possible cases of his winnings? Okay, what are the possible cases of the winning? He could lose $3 here like this, or he could lose $2, or you could lose $1, or you could be 0. Yep. Or he could win 4. He could win 6. He could win 8. He could win 16. Oh, sorry. I missed out 12. He could win a 12. He could win a 16. He could win a 24. Then we count, correct? Minus 3, there is only one case out of 16, so we get 1 out of 16. Yes? Minus 2, how many? You have 2 out of 16. I will forgive us if you don't reduce this like that, it's fine, because eventually you're just going to calculate the expected value. In fact, it's better if you write it like that, 2 over 16. Yes? So that you know you add up, you will have 16 cases. Alright? Add up, you get 1. Alright? So, minus 1, we count again, you have 3 over 16. Then 0, you get 4 over 16. 4, you get 1 over 16. 6, you get 1 over 16. 8, you get 1 over 16. 12, you get 1 over 16. 16, you get 1 over 16. And 24, you get 1 over 16. The expected value of it by GC, you enter all this in the GC, or you can just by a calculator times. Alright, you will get 3.75. Alright, not difficult. You don't have to show, you just get 3.75. Using that, then we can find the expected winnings. Alright, is, or by option A, you will get this just now we found 250. And then 3.75. Obviously, you want to find out which is the better option. Of course, since 3.75 is larger than 250, then option B is the better option. Suggest why a risk-averse player would still choose option A. Now, this is again an unfamiliar kind of question. All right, because it's explained. Suggest why, so you have used a little bit of common sense. Now, break the problem down again. Break the problem down. Is a risk adverse. What do we mean by risk adverse? You don't like to take on so much risk, right? Why would he still choose option A, even though B is the better option and expected winning is higher? The answer lies here. If you look here, look. Maybe I will delete this one first, then you can see this better. Yes, here like that. Let's focus on the probability distribution for A. This is A. Then the probability distribution for B. This is B, right? Now, you toss option A. There are many possible winnings. You could win $1, $2, $3 or $4, they are equal probability. Option B, you could lose $3, $2, $1, you may not win, you get win 4, win 6, win 8, etc. etc. Therefore, your expected winning for A and B are 2.5 and 3.75 respectively. But keyword is risk adverse. That means if you are risk adverse, you do not want to lose much. You don't like losing. Alright? You don't like to take this risk. Even though in the long run you will win, but a risk adverse will think, hey, I don't want to lose. So the quick answer is this. Alright? When playing A is guaranteed to have a positive gain, whereas B, the player might lose some money in some cases. Alright, that's that. If you have any questions, I would like to refer all of us back to this Google Meet. Alright, and I'll see you there. That's that. Thanks.